Welcome to my tutorial on how to make a blue lapis lazuli copper ring in about 5 minutes. It's step by step and really easy. First of all, you need 2 strands of copper wire 1.1 millimeter thick, and we'll go from there. Cut the lengths of copper wire and straighten them out so that they're nice and smooth to work with. You don't want a piece of wiggly wire while you're making a ring. These rings are so easy to make, and all you need is a lot of imagination, and so many variations can be made from this one particular style. Next thing you're going to do, oh dear, there's an ardida flying over making a huge noise. Here in Africa we have ardidas. They're big birds, they make a lot of noise, and we all love them. Right, so you're going to add a lapis lazuli bead to one strand of the wire, not the 2, and line it up in the middle. Make sure your strands of wire are smooth. And the next step is to bend both wires around that one bead. After you've folded the 2 wires carefully around the bead, leaving a little bit of space for decoration. Don't make it too tight. And then we start to twist both of those strands. So the 4 strands you will then start to twist, and that is to form the band of the ring. Leave a tail that's not twisted, and that is the part that joins up with the other side of the ring. When you finish twisting those strands, then we hammer that band gently flat, not too roughly. You want the wires to not lose strength. I use first the nylon hammer and then a metal hammer. At this stage, if you make a long twist, it's going to make a bigger size ring. If you do a short little twist, it'll be, say, a pinky ring. The next step will be winding that band around a ring mandrel. Or if you don't have one, use something that's the ring size or shape. Bend it around the mandrel, full circle, and don't worry if it's still a little bit uneven. You can tidy that up with the pliers. Shape the circle so that the 2 sides line up, and you can then join one wire will go across as an anchor. Sometimes you just need to use your fingers to pull everything into shape and into alignment. This is where the fun comes in, because now you're going to start making it all pretty. You can add wraps, extra beads, all sorts of extra little features to make this ring look, each one will look different. No 2 need to look the same. Don't forget to do a good strong anchor from the one side to the other. You only need 1 or 2 wires to do the anchor, and then that makes a strong ring. You will see a little tiny anvil in the top corner, and that is a little anvil that was given to me by my dad when I was a little girl, and I have always loved that little anvil, and it's been with me through all my jewelry making. So I've been making jewelry since I was a small child, and my dad taught me to solder and to use different wires, and what a lovely journey it's been and is still. Now we're going to do the decorating part. The structure's strong, So now we start to decorate. I am going to cut a thin piece of a 0.4 millimeter copper wire, and that will be wrapped around two of the strands to make an interesting texture, and I just love the look. Start to wrap around with one end, leaving a little tail, and just evenly wrap and wrap and wrap until, and as you go, push it down with your nails just to keep it all even. And that you will do to almost the end. You have to remember to leave tails so that that part can be anchored back into the ring, and so you keep building this strong structure for the ring. When you finish winding that wrap, squeeze it with your flat nose pliers just gently all along that strand to settle it, let's say. Don't be afraid to leave tails of wire, because those can always be used to thread on extra beads, metal beads, colorful stone beads, so they'll always be used. And if it's too long, you anchor it very securely so that there are no little scratchy bits, and cut it and hide it, so the ends are always cut, folded in, and never make a little scratchy part. Once the wrap is done, you're going to find the best looking way of using it. Sometimes you bend it across the ring and it looks not right, it just doesn't look right. Try again, find a different way to wind it around or over the bead or under, and see how the balance looks. Now I'm going to add a few copper beads to one of the tails, and that will be another pretty feature on the one side of that stone. And then after that, let's see. After the copper beads are anchored on the one side, I pick up a few little blue beads and blue stone beads on one of the tails, and then put it in on the other side of the copper beads, and that makes a nice balance. You don't want all the decorations to be on one side, and it won't look balanced. If you feel that the ring needs a little bit more embellishment, you can always add in an extra little wire and then add on to the top of the ring. It doesn't have to be just with the wires that you have at hand. You can always add a few. Do a final little fitting on the mandrel. Tap around the band just to make sure it's perfectly round. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this and you've learned a whole lot. Bye.